All right, let's get over to Rob, who's in tonight for Angela with a look at the weather. We've been watching this storm system that's out to the west, kind of in Terre Haute, causing some rain there. What's the timing of arriving here?
Yeah, I think most of it's going to dry up, but we'll still keep some rain and sprinkle chances in over the next several hours. Depends on where you are. I think for Indy, probably within the next hour or two, we'll start to see some sprinkles or showers here and there. And then I think another batch of rain will move in. But this is the one that we're tracking right now. This one moving through Terre Haute. We also have a couple of areas where we're seeing some of those higher returns. Again, we'll keep watching this. Nothing really to write home about, just giving you a chance for rain this evening. We pick up another chance during the overnight, and then we'll likely do more rain for tomorrow. But if you just get through that, and I know I sound like I've said the same thing over and over again, it's because the pattern hasn't changed very much. We've had cloudy skies, we've had cooler temperatures, and we've had rain chances, which yes, Terre Haute is still reporting rain. Over the past couple of weeks or so, that pattern may be about to come to an end. It just doesn't happen for tonight. We still see that chance for some rain showers through this evening, overnight. Temperatures dropping down into the 50s during the overnight. More rain showers in the forecast, but more rain for tomorrow, and then big changes just in time for the weekend. I'll show you that coming up.
All right, we'll see you then, Rob. Thank you. Developing tonight, a person is now under arrest after a series of fires at 3 apartment complexes in Greenwood this morning.
Police investigators say that video helped ID the suspect, who they arrested just about 3 hours after the fires today. Our Samantha Johnson spent the day in Johnson County today, where she talked with those who are impacted by the crimes.
Fire officials tell me these calls came in back to back to back. 3 fires at 3 separate apartment complexes. Thankfully, we can tell you no one was hurt. A rude awakening Thursday morning for Chris Rousey and his young family.
Yeah, so we had to get everybody out the house immediately.
It was just pretty scary. Everything was just scary.
Their home at Auburn Place, just one of 3 locations under investigation right now. 911 calls from north to south at 8:01, 8:25, and 8:33 Thursday morning. All for apartment fires, and all mostly contained to common areas.
I think we maybe only had 14 working fires last year alone. So again, it's very unusual, and it's been a busy morning.
In Greenwood, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And we can tell you tonight, Greenwood police have arrested a 50-year-old man who was accused of intentionally setting those fires. He's in the Johnson County Jail tonight on preliminary charges of arson.
Happening tonight, the Indianapolis City County Council is expecting to get the final report from the law firm that they hired to investigate Mayor Hogset's administration.
That outside investigation started last August after multiple allegations of sexual harassment.
Republicans on the council say they want transparency.
Because the smartest city in America cannot tolerate inappropriate behavior from any leadership. And we cannot accept that anything be swept under the rug with bureaucratic processes. So Council Republicans are committed to a safe workplace for every member that works in this city.
Again, they're going to hear the results of that report. The meeting gets underway a little bit from now at 5:30. We do have a crew there, and we're going to update you on what's released as our news continues here tonight.
Right now, as we speak, a Hamilton County judge is deciding whether a teenager accused in a crash that killed a former Hamilton Southeastern football player will be tried in adult court.
Prosecutors say the boy, who was 17 years old at the time of the crash but has since had a birthday and is now 18, drove recklessly and killed Mason Alexander. Our Ashton Hackman was in the courtroom today, and he now joins us from Hamilton County.
Ashton, what were the arguments made today in court?
Yeah, well, the prosecution admitted this is actually a very unique case. The teen driver was just a few months shy of turning 18 and was arrested as a juvenile just days after his birthday. The prosecution and family of Mason Alexander, they say these were adult actions and should be treated as such. Now, it's important to note we can't name that juvenile driver because it is still in juvenile court. But in court today, the prosecution argued the teen accused with reckless homicide has shown a history of drug and alcohol use both before And since the crash, prosecutors played Snapchat videos from February and April, which allegedly showed the teen drinking and hitting a weed pen. His attorneys argue that's irrelevant because drugs and alcohol were ruled not to be factors in the crash. They say this was a prime example of teenage driving and that the boy should be kept in juvenile court. Now, you might recall this crash happened around 9 p.m. on March 1st near Southeastern Parkway and Interstate 69. Investigators said the boy was driving with Alexander as a passenger. The teen driver allegedly passed a car in a no-pass lane, swerved, overcorrected, and hit a tree, killing Mason Alexander. Now, his family filled the courtroom today, and they hope this case does move to adult court.
We hope that the court does make the right decision because, as we see it, it was an adult act. So we want to make sure that justice is done, and that's just the first step. Mason meant a tremendous, he just meant the world to all of us, and we're speaking for him where he can.
Now, the judge said she will make a decision whether to waive the case as early as tomorrow. At that point, we do expect an initial hearing will be filed. Now, Anne-Marie and Dustin, that teen is still in jail accused of reckless homicide. If waived to adult court, that would likely become a level 5 felony. It's, of course, a case we will continue to cover.
All right, Ashton Hackman live for us tonight in Noblesville. Thank you.
Tonight, the man accused of killing 1-year-old Oakley Snow and then leaving her body in a dresser in an abandoned home in Morgan County is no longer charged with her murder. Roan Waters and the girl's mom, Madison Marshall, are now scheduled to be sentenced next month. He is pleading guilty to 3 different neglect charges in the baby's death that occurred in 2023. The plea agreement states that he'll be sentenced to at least 40 years in prison. The mom is expected to serve 25 years after pleading guilty to neglect.
Also tonight, we are getting our first look at the official obituary for Jim Irsay.
It comes now ahead of the private memorial that's set for Monday for the late Colts owner. The team releasing the obituary today, taking a look back at his 54-year career with the team and the impact that he made on the game of football and the city of Indianapolis. It also put a direct focus on the Kicking the Stigma initiative. That's something that Jim launched with his daughters in late 2020. The obituary went on to state, quote, "In recent years, Jim also took the brave and monumental step of publicly sharing his own personal journey in hopes of ending the stigma surrounding mental health and inspiring others to seek help. While many hide challenges they've experienced, Jim declared himself, quote, an open book and sought to empower others by courageously sharing his own story." You can read the entire obituary that we've placed for you on our website right now. It's at WTHR.com. In others news today, there is a twist in the case of a former chiropractor in Avon. He's accused of sexually assaulting his patients.
Why a judge decided not to sentence Rock Bird today. It's ahead at 5:30. Rob?
Well, one more rain chance in the forecast for Friday. After that, the rainy pattern is about to change. Wait until you see the summer temperatures in the 7-day forecast.
And the death of a 5-year-old girl.
We have the accusations made against one of the suspects as she appeared in court and the calls to prevent more cases like this one ahead.